Welcome everyone. Thank you for clicking on the video. I want to take you through my Backhand Blades build. The Backhand Blade is a new weapons category in the Elden Ring DLC Shadow of the Erdtree, and you can get it fairly quickly in the game. The DLC does a very good job of having all the new item categories or weapon categories in the first few areas. The Backhand Blades, I'm having a great time with them. I love playing with them. I love the Ash of War that they have on, and I'll just show you how you can get them. So from the Graveside Plain Side of Grace, which is the first side of Grace that you light when you enter the DLC, you head to Scorched Ruins, and in the same direction, if you go slightly ahead, there's a tomb where you'll find the Backhand Blades. So I've just sped up this footage to show you the location, and we'll just go through the Scorched Ruins. And then just past the plains. There are some enemies there. I chose to fight them. They're not that difficult. But yeah, if you want to skip them, you can, hug the wall on the right. And you skip all of them and then come and get the Backhand Blades. But yeah, on that tomb, you'll find the Backhand Blades. And now we'll jump into the moveset. So we'll first like one-handed, because you can't power stance these weapons. These are the single-handed light attacks, the single-handed heavy attack, then the jumping attacks, and the running attacks. But where this weapon really comes into play is when you're power stancing them, and the moveset is so fluid and lethal. And you do a lot of like multiple hits, so you can use all your talismans and tears to boost damage. And I really like the heavy attack as well, because you sort of leap forward and do a cross slash. Same with the jumping attacks. Somewhat similar to the bandit curve swords. But the best thing about the weapon, and where it really truly shines, is its Ash of War. It gives you some iframes as well. It has a evasive aspect to it, and then it comes in to do a hit. It stays the same whether you're power stancing it or you're single-handing it. But the Ash of War is really, really good. It's called Blind Spot, and it really helps with a lot of enemies. That we're done with the moveset, let's go through some of the details about the weapons. So the Backhand Blades require you to have 10 points in strength and 13 in dexterity to be able to use it completely. And they require regular smithing stones to upgrade, so it's not a somber weapon. It's just you need to take it to plus 25 using regular smithing stones. You can apply different Ashes of War. It comes on with the Blind Spot Ash of War that we saw in the moveset as well. And I would suggest that you use that. But I've seen some people use other Ashes of War on it as well. And if you upgrade it to plus 25 and keep a Keen Affinity, you get S tier scaling in dexterity, which is very rare. I know there are only a few weapons that have S scaling for dexterity, and the Backhand Blade is one of them. Right. So how do I boost damage, and how you can actually boost damage with this build is, firstly, use the Rakshasa set. So every piece of Rakshasa's armor gives you 2% more damage. If you want to have the gauntlets, the greaves, and the chest armor, that's 6%. For the helm, you can use Rakshasa's own helm, the armor set's own helm. Or you can use the white mask, which increases attack power by 10% for 20 seconds if there's blood loss in the vicinity. For talismans, for a lot of dexterity builds and dex bleed builds, since I'm running a dex bleed build, they're usually the same. So you have to do Rotten Wing Sword Insignia because it increases attack power with successive attacks. Same for Millicent's Prosthesis. It also gives you plus 5 points in dexterity. So if you're doing a dexterity arcane build, it'll give you plus 5 points in dexterity. In addition to that, you can also use a lot of Blood's Exaltation, which gives you 20% more damage when there is blood loss in the vicinity. And since I'm doing Rakshasa armor, I tend to keep the Dragon Crest shield to have good physical damage negation. But if you're doing it with a different armor, let's say you're doing it with the Solitude set, you can also slot in Shard of Alexander and the 4th spot. For your mixed physic, again, it depends on your playstyle. I go for the Opaline Heart tier to have more damage negation, and it lasts for 3 minutes, and I think usually that's the average fight time, so it gives you more physical damage negation for 3 minutes. And then I use the Thorny Crack tier, which also increases attack power of successive attacks. Others that you can use is the Green Burst Crystal tier, because the Blind Spot Ashopod does consume a lot of stamina, so it only consumes 9 points of FP, but it consumes a lot more stamina. So the Green Burst tier would help you recover stamina at a quicker speed. And that's pretty much it, yeah. Once you have those talismans and that physic in, the game becomes super easy. And the whole part about the Backhand Blade is that it's a very cool looking weapon. The Ashopod looks really, really good when you're doing it, and it will help you a lot with the Mausoleum enemies. I hope you have fun with it, and I hope you enjoy playing with it, and please do subscribe to the channel for more dumb ways to game.